Worldview with Denis Campbell is made possible by listeners and viewers like you. To get an advert-free version of the show, plus all of our member benefits, please visit our website at www.worldviewshow.com. Live on tape without a studio audience from South Wales, it's Worldview with Denis Campbell.
Welcome to Worldview for the week of March 18th, 2013. I'm Denis Campbell. Happy Hangover Day. Here in Wales, it's a double-barreled hangover as our tiny nation won the rugby's Six Nation crown on Saturday, defeating mighty England here in Wales. Now in Wales, people root for two teams, the national squad and whomever England is playing against. And when your population of less than 3 million compared to the enormous almost 60 million in larger England and against other larger challengers such as Scotland, Italy, and France, it's a huge accomplishment. Add in a national day of drinking Sunday for the Irish St. Patrick, and you have some idea how big this hangover actually is. Now this week, and aside from what would have been my father's 82nd birthday, the largest recorded bank robbery in history occurred 100 years before he was even born, when gunmen lugged $250,000 from Citibank in New York in 1831. And the 24-karat gold Football World Cup was stolen from a traveling exhibit in London in 1966. Now we have a huge show this week. We begin with news made late Friday when the state of Maryland became yet another United States state to ban the use of the death penalty. We'll talk with David A. Love. He's head of the Witness to Innocent Project, and he joins us again from Philadelphia to discuss this huge change. And now we're only 8 states away, with 4 of them in play, from the Supreme Court seeing enough critical mass to actually address cases of the death penalty as cruel and unusual punishment. So 8 more states need to ban it, and suddenly this becomes a major nationwide issue. Then, with Pope Francis replacing Pope Benedict, we'll be revisited by the Reverend Dr. Britt Minshall from Baltimore to talk about the change. He's going to also talk about the Jesuits, and in his words, he has a few bombshell revelations about mighty Pope Francis. Kendall Sheets, author of Book of Mormon, Book of Lies, also joins us to discuss this new pope and how Catholics once targeted the Mormon Church and the generally crazy power structures inside of both churches. Then we go from the absurd to the really absurd. Julianna Forlana, host of Absurdity Today on YouTube, joins us to look at popes and Congress in her own way and discuss how her brilliant little web show came to be the hit it is. And Rebecca Gale of the Congressional Quarterly The Hill magazine writes The Hill Advisor. The 535 U.S. House members and senators have huge staffs, as do each committee on Capitol Hill. This makes it a virtual daytime city within the city of Washington, D.C. Now, Gale writes the Hill Navigator column, a Dear Abby column for staffers on advice and dealing with co-workers, bosses, and, yes, across-the-aisle romances. Can puppy dogs and kitty cats sleep peacefully together in such a hotly divided political environment? Let's stay right here and we'll find out. Now, Worldview with Denis Campbell is presented in partnership with UWC Atlantic College here in South Wales. It's an international school bringing students together from around the globe to study and bring their ideas for peace and social justice back to their home nations. I'll be speaking there this Friday at the school as part of a huge environmental conference on fracking's dangers as part of a panel including 2 oil company executives. Now, here at Worldview, we try to bring you more depth. That's why we dive in deeper on stories the mainstream media may only have mentioned in passing, if at all. Our goal is to expand your view of what's happening in the larger, broader world that affects us all. We'd like to thank those who support independent media. Soon we're going to ask for your membership support, and we'll offer some pretty cool membership benefits in return. And we're grateful to those who help us along the way. The banner and logos behind me, they were created by Peter Barry Urthiel, and you can reach him on the website Peter B. Urthiel. That's URTHEIL.com. And the voiceover on the podcast intro is done by Gerald Price, who you will soon see in episode 41 of the BBC series Casualty. You can find his great work at www.geraldprice.co.uk. Now, Peter and Gerald, they donate their services to help keep independent media free and strong. So please, if you have needs in these areas, do try to help them. Now, you can follow us on Twitter at Worldview Show and Facebook.com/Worldview Show. And you can watch clips of our shows on demand anytime on YouTube.com/Worldview Show. We'd love to hear from you. Our email address is worldviewshow@gmail.com. Coming up next, David A. Love returns to discuss the Maryland legislature's repeal of the death penalty and what this means in the broader context of this measure being considered cruel and unusual punishment by the Supreme Court. You're watching Worldview with Denis Campbell. Keep it right here.